John contacted me when he first got the funding to do the project, and it was a pilot, and it was going to be a 1-year pilot. So he phoned me out of the blue because obviously Mum was on the register as having dementia, and I immediately thought, what a brilliant idea. Don't know whether it'll work for Mum, but I really want to be involved in it. For the simple reason that Dad the previous year had gone into a care home for the very reason that he'd become unsafe staying at home, because he was forever trying to get out of home, to go home. And so he'd gone wandering several times, and it's the scariest thing in the world. I knew from Dad's deterioration, the vascular dementia is a very rapid decline. So I'd no idea how long it would be before Mum was in a situation where she could be sundowning and wandering off in the middle of the night. How can you measure the reassurance you have when you know that they're safer, because if they do wander off, you're going to be able to find them, or you're certainly going to be able to pinpoint within a few meters of where they're going to be. And we were, in a sense, I joined the pilot for my well-being, because it took the weight off my shoulders when Mum was at home on her own, because I knew I could always be able to track her. If we hadn't been using the tracker all this time, and the fact that Mum's become very comfortable with it, she would be in a care home now, because her condition is deteriorated to the point where she wouldn't know where she was if she wandered out. She won't even kind of walk around the block anymore on her own, because she's lost her confidence. She doesn't realise that it's a tracking system. So it allows her her freedom to continue to be independent and have a normal life. But for me, it takes away the huge responsibility of having to consider when it's time for her to go into a care home. And as a member of the Barnsley Carers Forum, that's the most discussed subject that we have at the forum, in terms of how do we keep our loved ones safe. And the rollout from Barnsley Council of providing trackers for newly diagnosed dementia patients has made such a massive difference to carers. It's allowed them to continue caring for longer, and it's taken away the awful pressure that affects their well-being, in terms of, am I doing the right thing by allowing my loved one to continue to live at home? Because the responsibility ultimately sits with us in terms of their safety. So yes, it's been a marvellous project, and I definitely think it should be used across all areas.